Everyone else was going to be at the meeting. I was like, yeah, just put a little say turn it on. So I'm here.
I can hear about 1 in 10 of the things you're saying.
Yeah.
Record at 8 o'clock.
1 in 10's pretty.
So I'm trying to work out what's happening with the audio. It's like the internet's just going, I can only listen to quarter of that, so I'll just give you that bit. Like, but yeah, but it's weird. It's all like jumbled and jangled, isn't it?
Might it be
You're
worth
not
trying
downloading anything,
rejoining in a second, Luke?
Yeah.
Maybe that we could, I don't know, maybe, yeah, used to hear, and then me and Joe stop streaming or whatever, and then come back in or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you sound good, Rob. I think you and me have got a good link with each other. I think it's Joe. Maybe just check if you can hear me, Joe. Just check you're not downloading anything in the background, Windows updates or Dropbox or anything, and then maybe leave and rejoin or something. Hey.
Hello.
What is that? 8:20. Yes. Have you got the minutes up?
I haven't. That's a good point. Let's have a little look.
It's all in the Facebook group.
I've got
Facebook group.
Here we go.
Yeah, I made all the minutes documents in advance because I was just like, oh yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? So we've got minutes now for the end until the end of February or something.
Oh, amazing! Very efficient of you. Here we go. Agenda.
You can do the same thing with your Hangouts as well. That would be a really good idea. Just like create the next like 10 meeting events, and then we just have to press the start button. It would be better than.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Particularly if someone's ill or, someone's not around to be able to host or whatever. Someone who hasn't set one up before. That's a really good idea.
Yeah. I should have got back what you're saying. Get just type.
I didn't hear any of that, by the way. At all. Oh,
wow. Tunnel vision.
Yeah, you can see that, huh?
Yeah.
This is awesome. Oh my god, this is awesome. I'm in an old movie. Bonk. I'm kind of thinking about until I can hear what you're saying, Joe.
Yeah.
Oh wow, look how clever that is. It like recognizes my face and makes everything that's not my face blurry. Amazing.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy.
That is amazing, isn't it?
It must just be like an overall.
Brilliant. Yeah. That's fantastic. Oh, that's what Spotlight is then. Okay. Enhanced. Whatever. Alright, should we just yeah, I'm not running anything. I can hear you guys there. Odie! Do you want to just speak one more time, Jay? Let's just have a listen what it sounds like.
Yeah, it sounds like this. How you doing? Can you hear me?
That's perfect. That's totally perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
brilliant.
have no idea what that was about. You can now hear me.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Curious. How strange. That's weird. The Google Hangouts event says start. Has like a start button on it, as if I haven't started the event yet. I
Okay.
don't know, whatever. Great. All right. Shall I chair?
Yeah. To you,
Yeah.
chair. I'll minute.
How the hell is everyone?
Yeah. Good.
I'm well. I'm well. So I've just had there's a message from Camilla saying she's trying to log in, but she's got bad internet here today, so she'll be with us as soon as possible. But yeah, I'm well. I've had a bit of a kind of difficult week. Just kind of not being as productive as I would have liked to be. But no, it's been alright. I'm well.
Hmm.
I pretty much always feel like that.
Be more productive.
Yeah.
Hmm. What were you wanting to be more productive with?
Well,
Anything?
I'm currently kind of looking at renovating a van and creating a space to live in. Alongside that, I'm looking at what I'm going to be doing, I suppose, in the rest of the year to come, and looking for potentially an opportunity working with a market garden or in some sort of form of education somewhere where I can earn a bit of money as well as be doing something what I enjoy. And I haven't really found something yet, and so I'm finding kind of the motivation, I suppose, to be really taking the van seriously slightly difficult because it almost feels a little bit futile when I haven't necessarily got something to then be doing once I have somewhere to live, which is obviously very irrational and illogical when I realise that when the opportunity does rise, then obviously I'm going to need a van, so I've just got to get on with it and stuff. But you know how the mind is sometimes. It's slightly irrational and illogical sometimes, but yeah, not bad.
My housemate's moving out of his room, possibly. You want to live in my house?
I would love to live in your house. The only thing is, the reason for the van is that it would be a way of living, obviously, without having a lot of the kind of everyday costs of being in a kind of shared house, or any house for that matter.
It's
And so
245 quid a month, I think.
yeah,
So it's quite ridiculously cheap.
that
Anyway.
is definitely something to consider. Thank you very much for the offer.
What else there? Alrighty. Well, shall we commence? Let's commence.
Yeah.
Let me just, Joe, would you mind just putting the Google Hangout link in there, just at the top, in the blue highlight on the minutes?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, we've got viewing the agenda in minutes. We have Joe Jones, Anonymous Duck, and Anonymous Iguana today.
Whoa.
Welcome to whoever that last mysterious person is. Okay, so right. Well, shall I kick off with this first proposal?
Yeah.
Do it.
We were going to bring something to the meeting and share it. Bring a nice, interesting thing.
Yeah. No, I didn't yet. Not do that. I'm not ready. I can try and feed you stir fry.
That would be interesting.
That's nice.
Yeah, it is kind of nice. It's got tofu.
Well, I would like to share something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Depending on if we have 3 minutes.
Yeah. About 3 minutes.
We definitely do.
It's kind of yeah, it's just a kind of, it's like a diary entry, and it's relevant to what we're doing, and maybe you'll like it. I've titled it "The Internet is a Pen, Not a Book." Despite many people's view, the Internet is not already written out. It's not bad, nor is it good. It's not just words written by millions of people, directly or indirectly, making most of us authors. I'll tell you what I think the Internet is. It's a tool. It's a pen. It's a way of recording, sharing, a way of communicating with other humans. Anyone can use a pen, even the illiterate, even those with broken, paralyzed, or amputated hands. You can have someone write for you or help to create new interfaces with the web, even do away with keyboards and screens, allowing us all to add to the poetry of the web. The web is real, it's not going away, and it will definitely continue to shape business, socializing, entertainment, perhaps last of all, politics. This is why it's important that we find the motivation to explore how best we can influence how the web, and subsequently how our society, is written, lest we become passengers or readers of it. I don't want my society to be a book that I read. I want it to be a story I help write. We all have the opportunity and the right to be part of shaping our society. Every moment that you choose to drop that pen, someone else will pick it up and change the future for you. Step one to moving away from being a passenger towards being an empowered change maker, I think, is good questions. How can I ask better questions is my favourite question at the moment. Perhaps you might ask, how might I influence how my local council or terrible business makes decisions? Or how might I use the web to influence change making, despite not having much confidence in computers or not enjoying them that much? People cannot answer until you ask. Authors of the web have written the internet so that it's amazing at harnessing the collective intelligence of people in some ways, and asking questions using Facebook or Quora or many other tools is a great way to reach new ideas, empowering information and skills, and ultimately ask better questions. So, any questions?
Yeah.
Brain Pledge.
I like it. It's good.
Fantastic.
No, thank you.
Pretty. That's pretty nice. Can we put that up on the internet somewhere? I'd like to see that on some kind of, I don't know, ChangeTheFuture blog type, or just Luke Clegg blog type situation. Nice.
Well, how was this? Hold on. Give me a bloody share my screen. How do I share? Why isn't screen share working? God dang nabbit. I'm just like not allowed to share my screen. Well, anyway, yeah. I'll stick it in the I've got it in the slogans board on Trello. You know, the like straplines, slogans, and ramblings. So I think that should be a place where we can just write stuff about the project. I've even put like splurges to people in emails when I've just like gone off on one, and I've put them in there. So there's some like for different audiences, you know, young people, techie people, small, short, long, medium descriptions of the project and what it's about and why. All in that.
Be nice actually.
We still don't have a Camilla, huh?
We don't have a Camilla, sorry.
Not currently.
Okay. All right. Well,
I was thinking, Luke, it might be nice if you wrote a little thing, maybe about kind of what you see democracy being, and then somehow these two poems or prose almost can come together and have something where then Change the Future kind of overlaps almost, you know, how you kind of summing up your ideas about the internet, democracy, and then, you know, the unification of that through Change the Future. Might be a nice little thing.
That would be really fun to write something for. Yeah. Oh, I'd love to see your guys. Yeah, see what you guys would take on that as well. Like, what should democracy look like? What could it look like?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Are we on to the next agenda?
Yeah, I think we are.
Excellent. Mr. Mao? Luke? Luke? You doing stuff, or are you just frozen?
Oh, have I
see
frozen,
one
have I?
frame. Yeah, I wasn't sure whether you were like just writing or you were just very still.
Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah. So the results of the poll are: in first place with only 3 votes well, actually, it's a tie between 5 options. Oh my God! I can't believe this. Okay, so me and Molly can do any of these 6 options.
Okay.
But then the third person is either Matt Wilkins, Rob Carney, Lucinda, Camilla. Yeah, Lucinda.
So is that all like?
So yeah, that's. Huh?
And I've got to hold my hands up here. I voted for the date which is most likely I can do, but it isn't 100% I can definitely do. It's dependent. It's in between lambing and dependent upon when I'm going to Somerset to finish off my horticulture MBQ. And so it's not even 100% date I can do, but it is the most likely date I can do. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think I'm not entirely sure I can make any of them because I'm just in this stupid dispute with my boss at the moment, where he's being very obstructionist and not very constructive. So until the beginning of February, I'm gonna have to put everything else on hold. It's a bit rubbish.
Oh.
It'd be quite nice, but yeah, it'll be all right in the end.
Joe, if you
I might be able to.
I'm just thinking if I'm just wondering if we did whether there's even a day or 2 overlap, because if you look at the dates, you see they overlap by 2 days, right? So, for example, one option is 23rd to 26th. So, for example, one option is 23rd to the 26th of Feb, and another option is the 25th to the 28th.
Okay.
So that actually has 1.5 days overlap, those 2 options. So I'm just wondering, since it's so tight, there's no clear sort of ideal answer. I mean, Doodle is a lot better for doing this, really, with dates, I think. You know, doodle.com. That's what it's really designed for. Maybe we should do that next time, huh?
Yeah, I haven't had a look at it.
Because this is a bit messy.
I mean, I'm just thinking, like, just arrange what's best, and then if I can make it, I can make it. Most likely, it's going to be a Saturday. I'm just not going to be able to work. I'm just going to have to work a Saturday, regardless. So I might be able to make it on Sunday, but just like arrange what's best, and I'll try and like turn up for the Sunday.
I'm sure.
So?
Arrange what's best.
Yeah, arrange what's best, and like hopefully I'll be able to make it. Like trying to basically arrange for someone to cover my shifts. I just can't promise to make anything at the moment on a Saturday because I know that like they can just change their mind, or I won't be able to arrange a Saturday without having some specific date that someone else wants to make. I might have to make like 3 shift changes or whatever.
Yeah.
So like at the moment, I won't know until the end of the month. It's a bit rubbish. But yeah, I'm sure you have constructive time regardless. I could even like attend in digital form for some of it. You got to remember, we can always do like little digital meetings and stuff.
Charlie Shred said that on the 24th to the 27th of January, him and Matt should be both available. And I suppose Charlie must be available on most of these days, huh? If he's hosting us. But well, I suppose it depends. He might be able to have us stay, but not necessarily be engaged. But when I spoke to him on the phone just now, he said 24th to 27th works for him and Matt. But then Matt hasn't said that on here. But what I'm feeling like, just to kind of like move things forward. Oh, wait a sec. George Beard has just commented on something. This is a new chat from Couchsurfing. It'd be awesome to get him involved in this if he's online and wants to join us now. Let's just maybe wait a few seconds just to see if he's around. Not working for me. Huh. Hold on a sec. Where's that direct link? Here we go. Copy link address. George Beard. Oh, I hate it when you copy a link and it's, oh wait. Oh, maybe that is the document. Oh, fuck off. Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay. I think George might join us in a second. Anyway, right, so I am proposing that we go for 24th of January and one of the February ones, because I just feel like I've got some free time, so is Molly, and Charlie's around, and he thinks Matt will be around then, so that's at least 4 of us, and it's really soon. So we might as well just organise 2 of these together, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think 24th of January. That's in 6 days. And then second one, don't know. I guess. How can we decide this? What's a good way to decide between the 6 options in February? I'm maybe wondering, prioritising like the third person who's got the most time on available. Do you know what I mean? So like if Matt can do all every day between 25th to the 20th, maybe go for that date, and then you, Rob, if you reckon you were likely to be. I mean, maybe we just don't need to decide now. Actually, like I don't think there's any pressure from Charlie to book. So I think let's just put down 24th to 27th. Let's go for 24th to 27th, and then just wait on February, get some more votes in and stuff.
I think that's sensible. Yeah.
It's good though, just to sort of just to get the date down fairly soon, just so people don't kind of book stuff instead, you know.
Absolutely.
Just find a date and then they'll get there.
Do you want to give a deadline then? You want to have a deadline?
Yes. What do you reckon? Do you reckon next Monday is too far away? 8 days? Is that too far away?
And but yeah, I mean that sounds good. I mean it sounds like it's just locking people in on the dates they've already agreed to. So like in that case, we might be able to lock it in earlier. I mean, like having a deadline doesn't mean that we can have a deadline where we have to decide by then. But if we decide earlier, then that's great. Sorry. I mean, if we decide, yeah, if we decide before then, if you're leading this and you lock in some dates before then, that's great. But if we don't lock in dates before then do you want to call it? Do you know what I mean? Does that make any sense? So if we pick a couple of dates now, and then if we find better dates by then, we'll change it. If not, we'll call it next Monday. Yeah.
I think Luke might have frozen.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Sometimes maybe just
very good at holding this position.
Yeah, he's really thoughtful.
But no, I mean, I think that sounds the sensible thing to do. To have one set and have one which is still to be decided when we have more people together.
Okay, cool. Do you remember the dates that he discussed as set?
I think it might have been Monday. I think it might have been the 26th of January.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. All right. Yeah. Cool.
No. Sorry. I think it was the 24th actually, possibly. But that's next weekend. No, it can't have been.
Yeah.
So I've just brought up a calendar, because it wasn't the weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Have a little look. I'm just going on to the profile. Yeah, I think it was the 24th to the 27th of January.
Okay.
So that is next weekend. Tuesday.
In which case they could arrange a second one on that weekend, couldn't they? Really, they have a lot of time.
Yeah. Although the people, I suppose, that will be there on the weekend may not necessarily be very proportionate of the people that would like to come to the next one, if you see what I'm saying. Because
yeah, that's true.
They've already been to one.
Yeah. The next agenda item is the office hunt update, which we possibly need.
I'm back.
For. He's back.
Hey!
Yeah,
Well, you've been out too?
The Wi-Fi just died.
Okay.
Gosh. Okay, so can I recap? Are we putting down 24th of January until the next meeting on Monday in 8 days to decide the February date?
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Sick. Cricket. Right. Let's minute that and move on. So this is separate, isn't it? Ollie's getaway. So this was just looking at point number 4 on the agenda. We're just looking at whether today and time to all be getting on with ChangeTheFuture stuff at the same time, whether we're in the same space or not. So it's not a meeting, it's not just socializing, but it's like Charlie's getaway thing, but obviously not for days. It's just like a recurring weekly sessions, regular.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Can you run me through like what would have happened if we did that earlier today, perhaps? Like what you think we would have addressed? I mean, because I know there's stuff that I've been meaning to do in terms of I need to hack through my hard drive to find that Zoe's internship, which I keep on forgetting to do. Well, it's not so much forgetting as just being on my computer and finding something more pressing. And perhaps having that time locked in would inspire me to put aside other work that I need to get done in favour of that, which is something I need to I keep putting on. Is quite simple and small. But aside from things that we've already promised to do, what else do you think it would address?
I suppose it'd be a really good opportunity for people to kind of help out and kind of yeah, inspire each other.
God damn it!
Wireless, temperamental. But yeah, it'd be a good space for people to have a second opinion, I suppose, about maybe something they're doing or something they're up to. Obviously,
Yeah,
as well
I think
as
if that's something that people. Yeah, I mean, if that's something that people feel there's a need for, I could certainly see that. I think it would be hard to arrange attendance for something like that, because I think that one of the things I want to put on the agenda is the frequency, and we're doing that as a frequency of meetings. It's great that you turn up to it and Luke's available and stuff. Last week's meeting I felt was like really solid and really constructive, and I thought of the reason that it was really solid and constructive was that like in a little while without having a solid meeting. Lots of people had meetings to turn up and eventually got around to doing it, and I was wondering whether the frequency of these meetings is in some way it's just not as encouraging people to attend them. I like the consistency of them. I like the fact that we have to hold them when we hold them, but I'm thinking, like, I mean, for instance, we also have a social that we plan to organise weekly, and we didn't do that this week, surely because, like, people just can't, like, I personally can't dedicate an hour every single week to meet up and socialise like that, because, you know, I've got close friends who live, like, 5-10 minutes away that I haven't seen for 2 weeks, because, you know, you just get busy.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
the idea of going, especially going out to a cafe and paying money for tea like once a week, kind of like 1/6 of my budget, really.
Yeah. I think that's a really good point about the frequency being something which then makes it less of a kind of necessity to attend, almost, because you're like, well, there's 2 or 3 opportunities this week where I can, you know, touch base with people, and maybe something like that would be better to have once a month or something, or maybe we alternate that with the social, and then maybe I think the social is probably quite an important thing to have once a week. But I think you're right. I think there should be a way of it being a little bit different from meeting up at other times, and it being a bit more of a special kind of occasion. That would make it more kind of effective use of time, I think. It's difficult for me being kind of too far away to make it worthwhile to come down for the sort of, you know, an hour or 2 session being in Winchester.
Imagine.
So I kind of feel a little bit like, you know, it's not something for me to be as involved in as someone who's in Brighton. But maybe it could be something where, I don't know, it could be arranged in different locations. I don't know, but so whoever wants to kind of arrange it, and then people who are local to that area that can do it as well, or maybe a circulating thing
in different places potentially. If that's, although I suppose, although if we want to kind of grow the project in the long term, sort of grow it out of Brighton, so we get the Wall of Ideas up in Brighton and sort of work with Brighton Council and stuff, then in that sense, I guess it kind of feels like it makes sense to keep meetings like routinely, like the main core strategy meetings Brighton based, but you know, if they're online anyway, I don't know, maybe it doesn't matter much. It does feel like
but you could,
for someone who's not in Brighton definitely makes it a much less attractive proposition.
well, I tried to make it a bit more clear when I was arranging the group, which I don't think I advertised as well as I could, that people could feel free to organise these things themselves, because we could have like 4 people in one place and 4 people in another place and still have a meeting that, as long as it was chaired appropriately and people were aware of everyone who was there and like felt free to bring attention to people who needed to, who wanted to speak, then you can have 4 people in one place and 4 people in another. Just to have it as like cells, so they will frequently have several people meeting in the same place in Brighton, perhaps not so frequently in other places, but encourage people to do it. It's nice. But getting back to the agenda, sorry, I thought I helped deviate that a little bit from the agenda.
Yeah. Sorry, what was it? It was oh yeah, working groups. So yeah, well they're self-organised groups, aren't they? Proposal for general working. Decide one day a week. We'll try to get together in one place to work on the project. Right. So yeah, there's 2 things there. One is encouragement to committees to self-organise their own random working groups, and then the other thing is, yeah, this consistent, regular thing. So that was me proposing to add another weekly event, and you guys sounding like you want to go the opposite direction and like reduce the 2 weekly events that we already have. Yeah, I'm just trying to work out, like, for me, yeah, obviously Change the Future is unsurprisingly a pretty massive, important part of my life. So I already probably put more than 15 hours a week into it, which is something I have, you know, no expectation of other people to do. Like, why would I? But I guess, I suppose I just feels like it makes sense for me to be there every Sunday, and just keep that in my diary, and then anyone else who also has managed to find a way to be available that frequently, you know, can join if they want to. But I wonder if, like, putting the emphasis on like the first one of the month as being like, you know, just like, even if it's completely arbitrary and random, like just saying, you know, the first strategy meeting of the month is the sort of main, biggest one, you know. Just maybe basically mentioning that to people, you know, that, you know, if they're kind of like choosing, and you know, they can only do 1 or 2 a month, they'll make sure that they then go to that one.
That's a really good idea. I think were we not in question about a general working kind of day rather than the strategy meetings? Because I'm of the belief that the strategy meetings should definitely happen once a week. But maybe having an emphasis on the first one's very good. But I thought we were talking about kind of a day where people work together, not in the kind of the social sense of things.
Yeah, we were. It was just Joe mentioning.
Sorry, yeah.
I think it was just you. Yeah, it was just hearing when I heard you guys talking about there being a lot of events on. I was just thinking how to solve that. But yeah, I kind of skipped from one thing to another. But yeah, okay. Well, so there's a few proposals. There's a couple.
I think that it possibly struck upon the how we can make the difference. If we made this, we had one, or like we do a strategy meeting, then we do a working group, then we do a strategy meeting, then we do a working group, and then we encourage people to really get involved in the strategy meetings, and then we consider working group meetings to be more about feeding back about committee activity. So then it would be, so that allows us to place emphasis on the strategy meetings, and they will become less frequent, but we can still meet once a week and discuss pretty much exactly the same thing.
Sorry, I didn't follow.
We different understandings of a working group, because working group in my mind means like potentially having no real meeting. Like it's really just about actually working on Change the Future, picking up the phone, phoning people, drawing designs, creating stuff, just actually doing the things that we have talked about doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of being present, I think, is the important thing about doing it, within the company of other people.
Yeah,
Okay.
like we've done that in the past with maybe 4 or 5 of us at most. We've done that a few times, and there's definitely something really fun about, especially I think also online a bit as well, about just feeling like you're not alone doing Change the Future stuff, in your bedroom on your own. There's kind of other people who you can just fire a quick question to, and after, just, I don't know, ask them where something is, or I don't know, I think that it can just create a feeling, especially when you're in the same space. Obviously, that feels really like you're actually building something with people. Like when years, and imagine how crap that would have been on your own.
Yeah, no, I can't
Basically, what
think.
we're asking to do, like asking them to basically build the wall of ideas on their own, like in their own time, off their own motivation.
Yeah. I do think back to back when Zoe was down for the internship, and we had the office, and we went down the Emporium. I remember at one point, and I can see what you mean.
Yes. Well, so I just think, I think I propose that we have one important strategy meeting, one main strategy meeting per month, and it be the first one of the month, the first Monday of the month.
Yeah.
And then working groups. I just feel like it's easier if everything is weekly, even if we have an emphasis on them.
I think the working group doesn't have to be something which it's more, for me, it appears to be more of a kind of drop-in thing, a bit of a freer thing, whereas everyone, I think, really should, as you say, Luke, make a real intention to have this period on a Monday, as it's going to be for the strategy meetings, whereas the general work group meeting, or take away the meeting workers, as we said, it should be more of a work thing than a meeting thing, but that should be something which is used when it's relevant to you. You may have something which you are totally happy to work on by yourself. If anything, actually, you'd probably be more productive being by yourself. But at certain points, you need, oh crap, I'm doing something which I'd like a bit of input from someone else, or I'd just like to have the company with, and therefore it's a bit freer, and therefore it doesn't matter if it's every week. If people feel like there's kind of a lot to attend and it's almost too much, there should be no pressure from it, because it's a very.
I wonder if it'll be like. It depends maybe how we pitch it, because I think different people are into such different things, and I think some people will, be much more interested in coming along to the social things, and some to the meetings, and some maybe only just to the working groups. So let me just answer the phone to Charlie quickly. Charles. Hello.
I was just finding out if you're still going with your meeting.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. Do you want to join? Yeah, fuck, right, so you can't access anything on Facebook, can you? Can you? If you go to the workforce group, everything's always on there, all the links. Are you able to do that?
Well, I'm on your Google Plus profile, and it shows, maybe just click that.
18th of January 15 is the title.
Live. Oh, are you on that? Hello?
Yeah.
You got What's going on? 2 minutes out. Oh, it's confusing. Let me pause that.
I think you're watching the video instead of. Look in the comments if you found the event on the Hangout. Look on the comments, and I've just put a link underneath which ends ENGB. That's the direct link to the actual.
Okay, 1 second.
I'll jump in again because we're just in the middle of talking about something. Okay, I'm going to rename it. That's the thing you want for the actual call itself, yeah? Alright, catch you in a bit, hopefully. Hugs, bye. Bye. So yeah, guys, let's. I think, like, maybe I feel like we should just have loads of events, put the emphasis on a small amount of them, and just remind people that there's absolutely no expectation that you come to all the meetings, all the working groups. Just have a go at going to all of them, especially the sort of main ones. The first ones of the month, and then see what works best for you. See what you enjoy most, and then I just feel like if we do get people, and I just want to build for the future. I want to build for growing. So if we put the wall of ideas up, and we get a couple of new people who somehow, whether they've got savings or they're just freaking, they find a way of like contributing, 10 or more hours a week, 30 hours a week maybe on the project, then they've got lots of opportunities to connect rather than too few, which I feel like is the worst possible scenario.
I agree with that. Yeah, I think that's actually a really important point to have the kind of the opportunities there, even if they're not used. I think that's really very true. Yeah, very good point.
So we could have like a main. So we could have one main strategy meeting a month, and one main working group a month, and then the socials are just like, it's not really bad if you miss a social. They're just fun, and it's nice to, like, you can get to know people. Charlie, Shred.
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, humans.
Hey.
How's it going?
Nice.
Oh, it's a face.
What have I interrupted? Carry on.
Someone recap while I have a glass of water.
We're discussing the frequency of meetings and potential working groups. We're also just discussing the nature of the meetings and how they might be different, and how we might encourage more people to attend meetings and groups. Did that cover it, Rob?
Absolutely, 100%. And we kind of concluded that there should be the opportunities for people to socialize, work together, as well as check in with these strategic meetings, and it's important to have the opportunities there, even if people don't attend them all. Particularly in regard to the kind of general working meeting, working group, it should be something which is kind of free to kind of drop in when and where you need, I suppose.
Cool.
So I'm just going to throw a proposal out there, like a sheep to the lions, a lamb to the lions. Is that what they say? Okay, so social event, working group, strategy meetings. One of these every week. So there's 3 events every week, which sounds like loads, but no one should ever be even encouraged probably to go to all of them. I probably will go to most of them, but like, yeah, so socials and strategy meetings, just to recap, Charlie, socials just as they are now, just basically then the least important kind of strategically and driving stuff forward, but just really nice and hopefully just fun and get to know people. Strategy meetings, keep them weekly. They're moving to Mondays now anyway because of Cinder and her wanting to host us on Mondays in her house. Both of them 8 p.m. But yeah, strategy meetings now having the most important main one at the beginning of the month. So the first Monday of every month is like the main one that we encourage people to come to most, and the others are sort of less important. And then yeah, this working group, maybe they could be like Fridays or something, and they're just like if you fancy it, if you're about and you feel like it, no pressure, but just if you enjoy working at the same time as other people, whether that's in the same room or just online, like we've done, Charlie, before, then yeah, and again we could have like a main one of the month, like the first one of the month is kind of when we arbitrarily decide we try the hardest to kind of all get together and create that cooperative buzz together. That's the proposal. Yeah.
Sounds good.
You're quite quiet, Charlie.
In decibel.
Your microphone, I mean, not your personality.
Cool.
So do you guys have a proposal you think would be better, or shall we just, like, I suppose, vote on that?
I think no. Sorry, carry on.
No, go.
Yeah, you don't want to put forward like an alternative proposal?
I think it's a good proposal.
This reminds me of that game where you have a group of people and you have to count to 21, like randomly, just by listening to each other and trying to find a moment of silence. So you never get to above like 10.
I think maybe if you want to just pick someone out and prompt them to respond.
Wait, are you talking about events, or are you talking about the game?
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm talking about breaking the rules of the game by getting you to just point.
Yeah.
Don't point. Obviously, that's a bad example, but
I've learned so many amazing games at this event so far already. Really fun activities. Of them all, so I don't forget them.
cool.
La 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 la. Yeah.
So
that's shit. Anyway.
Okay.
yeah, I mean, I think I stated my perception of how when the meetings go well and when they don't. And I don't really so much subscribe to the idea that we should build that infrastructure around a larger organisation than we're currently running. But I do like the idea that the idea of the working groups. I think that would inspire me to get stuff done. And I do like the idea of meeting up and just getting a bunch of laptops out and getting some work done.
Yeah,
and we'll just run it. We'll run it for like that for a month or whatnot, and see. Then come back and like talk about how well we think it's working and stuff.
Okay.
I mean, my only real concern is that like, it's like stuff I talked about before, that we might attend meetings and then people might not be there, and then it might be discouraging. But as long as we keep publicising the meetings and keep in contact with who's going to be available and when, then I don't see a problem with it.
I mean, I suppose, like, as long as we put a lot of emphasis on the monthly, the first one of the month, then I guess people turning up to the other ones can already have the expectation that there's a small risk, maybe a big risk, that no one else will turn up. I mean, I'll probably be there, so
Yeah.
yeah, they can chat to me at least, and maybe one other person, but then at least they can know if they, you know, definitely want to talk to lots of us, then that's what the first ones of the month are for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then there's just an opportunity there for anyone who does come along, who kind of, because I feel like in some ways some people kind of fizzle out completely because there's not enough of a sort of visible momentum going all the time. So they just kind of tune out and get distracted maybe by other stuff that feels like it's more alive. Like Change the Future can look quite dead from the outside a lot of the time, I think. You have to sort of know about these conversations and things and like what's bubbling under the surface inside Trello, or certainly on the Facebook group and stuff. If you're not plugged into Facebook, for example, like Alec, like Change the Future must look quite dead to Alec, like unless he sort of chooses to go on Trello.
Yeah.
We should probably email him like a link for convenience to like these hangouts and stuff.
Yeah.
But okay, well, should we vote on that then? Is everyone in favour of that we emphasise the first strategy meeting and working group of every month? Which yeah, so working groups, maybe not Friday because I want to go out and dance and get drunk on Fridays. Or other stuff. Maybe, is it good to have them all the 3 days together, or is that stupid? Like scatter it out.
I think working group and strategy meeting could work together, but as long as we were very strict about the fact that we didn't allow issues from the strategy meeting to pass over into the working group, because I have been part of organisations before, the Woodcraft folk, where we'll have a strategy meeting followed by a social kind of gathering, and decisions will be made at the social gathering when they're not minute and not like, and that's really frustrating.
That's no good. Yeah, that's no good. Yeah, well, no. So we'd keep the social on Wednesdays and the meeting on Mondays. So, I see what you mean. So, like, yeah.
Yeah. So we like the working group and the strategy meeting could be on Monday. I think that would be
literally
cool.
the same day.
Yeah. Is that what you're suggesting?
No, I imagined on different days.
Okay.
That's interesting. Now, I think I would propose different days, you know, because if people are working like 9 to 5 jobs and, you know, they get home at 6, you know, it's sort of a big ask to take an hour or two out, I think. So kind of you double that to sort of 3 or 4 hours. Suddenly that's like your entire evening pretty much, isn't it? Gone.
Yeah.
So I reckon whatever you guys reckon out of either Tuesday or Thursday or Sunday. Just shout out one of those: Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday.
Thursday. Thursday for me.
Thursday.
Cool.
Day.
Yeah, I'd go with Thursday. Although I feel slightly like I could bias or tip the vote because of not being, you know, the likelihood of me being able to make one of these dates being quite low.
Yeah. Cool. Well, we can always change it, can't we? It just gives us something to play with. It's only worth talking about for a certain amount of time. So cool. Let's run with that. Sweet. Should we minute that and shall I do something with that? Like put a post out on Facebook and yeah, just work out where we should write the first one of the month is important.
Yeah, do events.
Yeah.
Just do
Flag
with the events.
Stuff. Oh yes, yeah, of course, yeah, do the events.
Yeah,
well, Joe, do you want to? Are you happy
sure.
to do the event?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Thursday, yeah. Thursday, what, 8 p.m.? I think then it's 8 p.m., 8 p.m., 8 p.m.
Yeah.
I just think the more consistency,
Yeah.
otherwise it's just nuts. Cool. So we've got ChangeTheFuture's got 3 weekly events, all 8 p.m.
Mm.
Drop into whatever you feel like. Eek! Charlie McShred Benjamin.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, just about.
Good.
How are you, Mr. Man?
I'm all right. I'm a bit upset that I used far too much oil in my meal.
I
Everything
bet it's
was
really good oil, though.
very cooked, burny oil.
Is it rapeseed oil?
No, it was nice olive oil. I wanted to make some good roast potatoes, but I made a schoolboy error and I drenched it in oil, and they came out oily instead of fluffy and crispy.
So easily done.
Holy.
Yeah, easily done. Next time, I'll probably just get rid of oil. We don't need oil.
You do.
I'll just eliminate it.
I think I speak on behalf of all 3 of us, not you, Charlie, that your pain is deeply felt, and
Yeah.
the remorse is blinding.
Mm.
I don't have a place for this in the minutes. We need to have like a separate section to the side, like a post-its. Wait.
Yeah. Okay, well, Charlie,
So,
it's,
yeah. So my house is open. That's still happening in 5 or 6 days from now. In Devonshire, come to the country hills and enjoy a great time of the countryside.
will you make us clotted cream tea, Charlie? Are you wanting clotted cream tea with your finest cream and some nice jam?
Oh yes, I'll make the cream myself.
Oh dear.
I don't know if I want any of that, actually.
Yeah, let's have jam on mine.
It's
Unless
okay.
it comes from your toes.
It's all right. It'll be fine. It'll be all great. But yeah. So my house will be open for about a week. In fact, it'll always be open. But Luke's coming in about a week, and he'll be here for several days. And anybody else, I mean both of you, if you have any of that time free, can join in and do some fun, productive, what's the word, hubbiness. Nexus.
That's a brilliant word for it. Yeah, thank you very much for the invite.
Yeah.
You say Matt Wilkins was around on the 24th?
That's right.
Because he hasn't put that on the voting thing. Maybe he just got bored of voting. He's only put himself down for 25th to the 25th to the 28th, I guess. It's basically the 24th, isn't it?
Yeah. Probably.
Okay, well, actually, so yeah, that's quite a good. Yeah. Oh wait, no, he's voted on February. I think he thought that was January, but it's February.
Oh right.
Maybe he got confused. Okay, well, anyway, great. Cool. All right. So yeah, Joe, do you want to like stick that away? Like I was going to go on 24th, and then we were going to work out. We've done this already. Yeah. So Charlie, we were talking about coming up again in February as well, but we haven't decided when would be a good time for that. If you are happy for that. Cool.
Yeah. By all means. I'm happy to come here.
Let's just chat about that later then, because we've already talked for about 20 minutes on that and decided only that we would discuss it again later. So I think we've nailed that one.
Cricket.
Okay. We move on?
Yeah.
Office Hunt update. I'll just go and get someone from the office space and bus committee. Hi guys.
Oh, hi.
All right.
How's the office committee going?
Yeah, really. So it's been good. There's a man called Dan Jelinek who we chatted about last meeting. He says two things. He says, "Do you want the fucking office or not?" And then, but in slightly less urgent language. And then he also said, "Would you like to bring some possibly small version of the Wall of Ideas or something Change the Future to the next citizen drop-in?" Which he's organising at the Brighthelm Centre in Brighton. Citizens drop-in is something he's done, I think, once before. And it basically is like local council members together and anyone in the public who's interested to sort of learn about the mechanisms of local and I think national democracy, and I think begin to explore a little bit how it could be improved. There was a few too many leaflets last time for my liking, but he's a nice chap and the event looks promising in some ways.
Nice.
So yeah.
Cool.
Thanks
Yeah, no,
for
I've
asking
heard about it before. Didn't you go to it? You did go to it. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's interesting.
3 months
It's on
ago, something, I think.
Yeah, it's on a Saturday, isn't it?
Sarah. I went with Sarah. Sarah Stillwell? Sarah. Fuck. I haven't spoken to her in so long I've forgotten how to pronounce her name.
So yeah, we set a deadline for that decision, didn't we? What was the deadline?
Yeah, 24th or something, wasn't it? I've got it in my diary.
I feel like it was today.
What's that?
I feel like it wasn't it today that we were the deadline.
It'd be good if we had minutes, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'm getting them.
We're gonna beat you. Shit for a dick. Blah, 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 minutes. Office updates. Nah. 26th of January as deadline.
Okay, yeah, you did beat me. Damn it. Right. Okay, cool. But yeah, so 26th. So we're still deciding.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you all see the comments section on the right-hand side?
Yes.
Because I'm just going to post a link to the old fucking Trello card, so you can see where stuff's at so far. So I've organised it into people to contact, of which I've done loads of those and checked them off, that checklist. And then underneath that checklist is another one which is called actual real life available options. So I think we've got about 4 concrete options for office spaces so far.
Cool.
Including Dan Jelenek's office, and I've ordered them with what I suggest is the best one at the top.
Where did you post this link?
Just in the right-hand side of.
Oh there. Right, sorry, that comments. Oh yeah.
I've got a photo of the top one. It's in New England House, the top one. She says we should be able to make noise in there. Like in our experience, Charlie.
Yeah.
New England House is pretty dead, isn't it? Evening, so you should be able to make noise and do want pretty much in there. But it's pretty pokey, man. It's very cheap, as is Dan's place. Yeah. I don't know. So, Charlie, to fill you in, this is a space that basically I would be paying for, but Change the Future would be using as well. Wow. And then but with the proviso that I can obviously also use it for as a personal office too. Until we have a bus.
Yay!
But also, actually, Onka Gallery got back to me and said on Monday a response. They should have an answer regarding two things: whether we can put the wall of ideas up in there for a long pan, and secondly, new thing I put to them, which is, since our wall might be in there anyway, could our office also be in there too? Like to sort of on the side, a little Change the Future station, and if so, would we be able to access it evenings and weekends? Because then we could have a space, you know, at least for like 2 or 3 weeks, which is potentially free or very cheap. And if it does cost money, you know, that can come out of my pocket now, whereas I can't really pay out of my own pocket for wall of ideas space.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're going to come back to me.
So, wait, how much is that? How much are you paying? Will you be paying out of your pocket?
What?
How much will you be paying out of your pocket for that space?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying that. Like, where, like, if we find a place that Change the Future can use for an office, and that I can use as well, then, you know, as my own video editing office space, then I can put money into it. Basically, I can pay for my own personal office, and Change the Future can use it and do meetings, and hopefully, you know, the more, obviously, I'm so happy for Change the Future stuff to happen there. Unless we can just find a free office for Change the Future, which would be amazing, and probably is somehow possible. But anyway, yeah, there's loads of options. But yeah, just basically all of them seem to cost money. So yeah, I was just talking about if Onka Gallery were happy for us to not only have the wall up there, but also be an office space for me and Change the Future, then I could give them some money for that.
That would be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah. That's just an update thing, really. So
Cool.
anyone want to say anything on that or ask anything?
No, that's wicked, man. It looks like really promising.
When was the kind of the deadline that seemed to be proposed to you by I've forgotten the guy who you originally said, but you know this guy who asked you, do you want the office space? Did he give you an idea of like, right, if you haven't decided by then, I'm just gonna kind of give it to someone else or something?
Yeah, he's just sort of gently poked, really. You know, it was part of a message. I'll copy paste what he's written. Blah 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 blah. Well, he just basically says, "Okay, great, thanks. I'm afraid I won't be able to join the online meeting this evening. Pretty frantic. A new job next week, which will mean I commute to London for a while and work at the Treasury. But keep me posted about other meetings you may have, and I might be able to join one of them. Sunday evenings not that good for me though, generally. Look forward to hearing about Office anyway, and let's keep talking about the citizens drop-in." Oh yeah, so he sent me an email as well. But yeah, it's just a little gentle poke.
Yes, you didn't give me time. That's good.
Yeah. Cool. So, but I think some of the other options are probably more time critical. Like Young was the top one. I think she's a Chinese woman called Young in New England House. That's only £13 a week, man. That is cheap as chips.
Wow.
That's good, isn't it?
So can you see that I've put prices for all of them and converted them all into per week, so it's easier to compare them. And yeah, she's almost as cheap as Dan Jelinik's place. Remembering that Dan Jelinek would have to share his 2 desks, so that would be really pokey. I think Young is probably the best value for what we get. It's still small, but not as small as Dan's place. Unless we go for the proper formal full double desks at Dan Jelinik's place, but that obviously costs like 3 times as much, and suddenly we're paying £30 a week, or I am.
Yeah. I don't think that's necessary.
Yeah. So yeah, but I mean, yeah, this is, as you can see, this is still a work in progress. So that's why I think the 26th is a good time to decide, because there's a good few more things still to have a look at. You know, remember the Happy Startup School, Charlie Shred, when we were being incubated at New England House?
Yeah.
Them guys have got an office now in New England House, and they sublet it to various people. And I went in there, and they said, "Ooh, chat to us again when we're all here." So I'm going to phone them tomorrow.
Yeah, they're great. I remember them talking at a thing that we talked at. Toby Moore set it up.
Yes. Yes. Is anyone else interested? Lucinda was interested in this stuff, wasn't she? Shall I try and reach out to her and involve her more and stuff? Because there's actually the Loop is actually quite a massive resource of lots of different recently opened co-working spaces that are like in pop-up shops and lots of unusual and exciting different places, some of which are probably really value. So yeah, I definitely could use some help with this stuff, but maybe I'll just phone Lucinda.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere in the meetings that she expressed it. I thought she was a member of the committee.
Yeah, I think she is, but
Just not on track.
Still just getting used to what that actually means in real life.
Yeah.
I've gone small. Hello. Good. All right. Well, I'll call Lucinda. I'll write that on my hand because that is effective.
Yeah. Well, you could put it in the comment section. I'll just add a note. I'll minute it.
Banging. Next. Oh look, it's another point in the agenda from me.
Yeah.
It says, shall we just skim over previous minutes just to sort of take a minute to reflect on whether we did any of the things we said, and just like as a memory jogger for just sort of like any updates we might want to make. You're looking at it already, aren't you, Joe? Have you still got it up on a tab? I'll stick it in the Google Hangout anyway. This, everybody, is the previous meeting minutes. It's even got a little icon.
Nice.
The minutes are at the bottom. Actually, Mr. Jones, I reckon minutes should be where possible, like so they make sense on their own. They don't have to be like referenced to the agenda items. Do you know what I mean? So like number 2 says we liked this idea. I think it'd be good to just self-sufficient. You know, when you like film someone for an interview, you just include the question and the answer. So,
Yeah, well, I thought what I might do in the future is just copy and paste the entire agenda down to the notes section, and like so that you read, you know, they were titled. Well, that would be sufficient.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't. This is one of the things that like I felt that maybe what I should have done, and maybe what I should promise to do now, is just write up a real brief thing about making the role of chair and organizer of the meeting's responsibilities really clear, and like maybe making this into a more structured kind of form where we're like, you know, because some of the agenda meetings, things from last week, we could do every time. Like you just did a committee report on the office space sourcing, but we haven't covered any other committees, and perhaps it's like if we want to carry on down the route of using committees, we should just have that, so we do that every single time, just check in with everyone. I mean, I wouldn't have a lot to say. I created the event, and I don't think I advertised it as well as I could, and I need to revisit how I did that, because I don't think everyone who's actually at this meeting joined that event, partly because if they didn't need to, because they knew when it would be, they knew it would be up there. So I just need to revisit that. But I'm rambling now. But you know what I mean. There could be agenda items that could be there every single week.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff
well,
like that.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know if you did. I don't think I remember seeing you on that Facebook event for this meeting. So if you join that, then it will be in your. I don't know if you use any calendar stuff, but I think my phone tells me when there's Facebook event things. It puts it in my calendar on my phone. Do you use a geek phone? I feel like you might have an old school phone. Whatever. I don't know. Also, we've got so many potential conversational spaces now for stuff where for example, should somebody, a completely new random person, write, help, how do I join your Google Hangout? I'm having a technical problem. They could write that on the Facebook group, on the Google event page, and
but they could write that anywhere. I'd still get a notification about it. Maybe I should be more clear about encouraging people to do that.
Hi.
Hey.
How good is that? Is Charlie dead? Oh no, he's moving.
Yes.
It's cold.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Hard.
I know. Bye.
Wait, then you're watching Milk.
Go make a phone call.
Great. You're not watching movie.
I was, but now I gotta make a phone call.
Good.
Sorry to interrupt. Sorry.
Bye. Where are we?
Talking about getting notifications for people struggling to join the meetings and having maybe so many different places to have conversations or raise concerns or say I need help. How do we make sure that we get notifications for them all? But you were saying, Joe, that you would get them regardless.
Yeah, I like me. We get any notification of anyone asking for information about how to join the group. But maybe if that's not clear, I could make more of an effort to make that clear in the descriptions and stuff.
I think you make a lot of effort already. So maybe that's just too boring and insignificant to even think about yet, and we'll just see if it becomes more of a problem later. Who cares?
No, I can take that.
I mean, whatever.
That's what I'd like to check in with you guys about. Yeah, how people are finding it. Cool.
Yeah. Any other stuff on the 11th of January that just going? Oh yeah. That Rob raises buff.
I mentioned about looking at a constitution, which I did early on the week. I know I have looked over this. I've kind of got some interesting things there, but it is just a very loose kind of bullet point ideas about what I've taken from being involved so far, and I've tried to put it in a slightly kind of try to get it to have a slight narrative, because the idea that the Constitution could potentially be turned into an infographic with the help of, was it Camilla, or I think it was Camilla.
Yeah.
And so I've tried to kind of structure it, or at least be able to move it around to create an order to it. I haven't uploaded it, and that's actually a good question. Where's the best place to upload it? Bearing in mind it is just a very loose thing at the moment.
Probably Google Docs, huh?
Yeah, cool.
I'm going to just check that you've got full read-write access to the whole ChangeTheFuture folder.
Sure.
I don't seem to be able to screen share for some reason in this Hangout. Is that because I've... No, why is that? What is that about?
I don't know.
Anyway, whatever. Anyone with a link can edit. View on the so shared with Joe Jones, Matthew Wilkins, and 2 others. Sarah and Zoe. Sarah, Zoe, Joe, Matt Wilkins, Luke.
Can I make a
Yes.
suggestion?
Okay. So, yeah.
I think like when it comes to stuff like that, little tasks, I think what would make this meeting a bit tighter is if we just make real quick note that you said that you're going to do it, and then you just do it afterwards.
That's a good point.
Sorry,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm a little bit conscientious about time as well. My brother needs to get on the computer to finish off some work.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool, man.
So just like,
Yeah, sorry, that's so tempting just to go then and there, so I didn't have to think about it.
no,
But yeah,
it's
you
real
are.
quick. Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. Anyway, Rob, you've got full access to the doc folder now called Change the Future, so you should be able to create documents and just make sure that you change the sharing permissions to viewable to the world and commentable by anyone on the world. In the world. Inside it. Done with 11th of January minutes?
Yeah.
Wait, so yeah, so that would be the place to share it. Anyway, yeah, that's amazing, Rob. Like doing a draft of that, even I'd love to see. Like, yeah, if you're doing a Google Doc as well, like everyone can see it as you write it.
Yeah.
And you know, anyone can have comments or suggestions. I think, yeah, keep it open to everyone. You know, like everything that we create. What was in 11th of January minutes? What was 3E? Rob raises bus proposal.
I
right,
think that was me. That was just me inquiring about where we were with the double decker bus idea and the office space for it.
Okay. Can I propose that we like just have less stuff in the minutes? I think like just small things like yeah, everybody was fine for the check-in, and just like yeah, like things that don't need to be in there. Like this document, I think should just be for people who missed the meeting and they need to know what happened. I don't know. Like it is good practice. I feel like in a way this is probably how like woodcraft folk would record meetings, or like government would record meetings.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the things that I was thinking about revising, because as I was taking the meeting minutes, I was thinking in terms of how like an organisation like that would run, and how people would have to be held accountable for their simple stuff, like even their behaviour, like how they've raised something. So that was in my actually handwritten notes. And I think if I was to revise the way in which minutes were taken in the future, I would say that they wouldn't necessarily have to be so precise in like making people accountable for just stuff they've said.
Maybe. Although I think looking at it, I quite like that there's a lot of detail, because it gives you a sense of what people are sort of thinking in a certain way.
Maybe a separate section then, because this is the easy way for me to make notes. Like, if I just go through like this, and what I'll do is I'll boil it down to like a much more specific synopsis of what had happened in the meeting. So we'd have this full spiel. Sorry, Charlie, am I talking over you? I can't quite tell.
No.
Cool. Wicked, man. Sounds good. Oh, yeah. Happy about that. I am. Did you manage to upload Zoe's intern video?
No, still haven't done that. Sorry, bad Joe.
One day we will.
Yeah.
That's cool. Alright. What's the well, whatever. Yeah. Cool. That's about it. I think I don't need. Yeah. As I'm concerned, I think. You see anything else worth chatting about in the old minutes? Just like checking in where things are at or something.
No, I think that's good. I think we made some good progress.
Cool.
Looking forward to next week's.
Yeah. Alright. What else? Office on update. Going through last minute. So last thing. Oh no, so that's it. Yeah, that's everything, isn't it?
Yeah, that is it.
Any other business?
No.
Denied.
I'm good. I'm just having a little look at putting over what I've written into a Google document, so that should be with you this evening.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good.
Cool, man.
Right,
So is there is there anything that we can do that will make anything easier or more fun for anyone? That's in any other business. Like just things like uploading Zoe's intern video. Like, is that just a thing you need to do with yourself, Joe, or like can tasks like that? Is there anything that you can?
It's just been a lot. There's been a lot of computer work, so it's very tempting for me to sit down and instead of like go and try and dig out Zoe's video, which will probably not take that long. It like I've got several editing projects on at the same time, and that people bring down a bit about them, and so it's just easier just to go because I like to limit the amount of time I spend at my computer to a real as minimal as not really spending more than like 45 minutes without taking a 15-minute break. It's just two scatterbrains, basically.
Yeah, cool. Just I that wasn't like a sort of you knobhead, why haven't you done that yet?
No. I just thought after this, I could do it immediately after this, but I've been at the computer now for an hour and a half.
You might think since this project began in 1935, I've always thought I was going to do things 5 times and just haven't. So, but like I think one thing I have got right is periodically return to the question without a sense of blame or judgment, like how me and other people will be able to like just manage tasks in a more sort of convenient way, more effective way and stuff. So just sit with that a bit and just think a better way we can like manage it. Like maybe Trello isn't the best sort of place to kind of remind you or whatever. But,
no, I don't know whiteboards. That's what I need to do. It's on the whiteboards.
What about music on it? Because you stuck some music on which I was like, that's naff or something, and then you were like, oh, I made that myself.
Yeah. Well, it's not me trying to be like if I make music for myself, it's much more dramatic and there's beats and stuff like that. So it is me trying to play a bit middle of the road. But yeah, you just switch it up halfway through. I could do that.
Yeah. Because if that will help, I've got some stuff that I find really good. Like I've got a few tracks from Ren, my housemate Ren, who has got a couple of songs that I use loads for my promotional videos and things that are just like really good at that balance between not being too in your face attention seeking, but like being quite like energizing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. I like to be honest. When I get on it, I think I'll probably just get it done in like 20 minutes and just get it done because I like it's quite a simple thing. If you
don't want to for me.
No, I'll probably be fine, mate. I'll probably run it out with the same music. I'll just slip out some other music halfway through, if that's all good. Wicked. Cool. I've got to get away from my computer. I've got to do it. But yeah, it's been great chatting with you guys, as always. Yeah,
lovely speaking to you.
Yeah.
See you
next week.
That's all I have. Goodbye. Goodbye.
And check the Google documents for what I've done. Au revoir.
Yeah.
Au revoir.
Wicked. Hugs. Cuddles. Bye.
Bye.
Hello.
Oh, it's like leaving a party and then we both go the same way.
Yeah. I'll just. Oh, you're going the same. Oh. Well, bye then. I'll just walk.
There was a girl in primary school. I'm just going to stop.